What's up, guys, and welcome to my Galaxy Note 2 review. And without further ado, let's just jump right into it and jump into the specs and hardware. First, you'll be greeted with that 5.5-inch 720p display, and on the left side, you will see volume rocker switches up and down. Up top, you will see the earpiece, the light and proximity sensor, the front-facing camera, the headphone jack 3.5mm, and a noise-canceling microphone. And you will also see the hidden notification light right there blinking. And on the right side, you will see a power on and off switch, which is a nice placement for the power switch. And you can see that the design cues are almost like a blown up Galaxy S3. And on the bottom, you will see the USB port, a microphone, the physical home button, and there are two capacitor buttons, back and menu, on each side. So to the tradition of the other Galaxy devices, you will see the back is a plastic build. And on the bottom, though, you will see the S Pen, which features a lot of new features, and we will go over that in this review. On the bottom left-hand side, you will see the speaker, which can distort at high volumes, but sounds very good, and you can see the Galaxy Note 2 emblem there. And on the top, you will see the 8-megapixel camera with f2.6 stop, LED flash, and you can see the AT&T globe right below it. What's great is that the back is removable and you can get right to the battery, which is a 3100 milliamp battery, and pro and power users will love it, for the battery life is fantastic on this device due to the large battery. There is a micro SD card slot up top, which will hold up to 64 gigabytes of extra storage, which comes with 16 gigabytes of storage on the Galaxy Note 2, but that'll give you fantastic, easy storage to upgrade in. And you will see that the back is completely flimsy, but it's pretty strong. It's just like the Galaxy S3 and the other Samsung devices that have been put out, and you can see that there's the NFC right there featured on the back plate. But it's not going to break, but it's still pretty flimsy, and it's kind of cheap feeling on the back. But the device feels very solid in hand, it's weighty, it's hefty, and it feels really good. Very similar to the Galaxy S3 on build. So the Galaxy Note 2 is running Android 4.1 Jelly Bean, so you can see that Project Butter is right on board, and it's powered by a 1.6 gigahertz quad-core Exynos variant with the Mali 400 graphics. So the performance is fantastic here. You can see that the expanded notifications are here. Google Now is here. So it's not the most up-to-date Android software, but you're going to have everything that you need and more. Now, it does run TouchWiz, but I'm not a huge fan of the TouchWiz interface, even though I think for beginners, the TouchWiz interface is good. But here I'm running Nova Launcher, so if you want things to look like stock Android, Nova Launcher is a good choice. So let's talk about the star of the show, and that is the S Pen that is hidden right on the right-hand corner. And the Galaxy Note 2 features a Wacom digitizer that is on the top of the touch layer, and you can see that the pen works flawless on this. You can see when the S Pen's out. It even has an alarm if you wanted to set it to have the phone tell you if the pen is lost or if you come out in proximity of it, which is very nice. But some of the awesome features are things like the multi-app window, which is very cool. You can run more than one app at the same time, and you can see here we can run YouTube, and let's say if you're watching a video but then you want to check Facebook at the same time, it is fantastic. They both render, there's no stutters or anything, and it's fantastic. Web browsing is also awesome on this device, on this big 5.5-inch screen. It renders quickly, no stutters. Pinch to zoom is really, really good, but this multi-app window is definitely a cool addition to the Galaxy Note 2. Now, of course, you can take notes on the Galaxy Note 2. This is one of the biggest features, so people that are in school or people that need to have handwriting capabilities, you're going to love this. You can see the pressure sensitivity is amazing on this. The pen has been improved. It's a little thicker. It feels better in the hand. And I also think that the touch sensitivity and the pressure sensitivity of the pen is better than the Galaxy Note 1. So I think you're really going to enjoy this if you're one of the creative types, you like to draw or anything like that. I think you're going to love it. So the pen here could be used as kind of a mouse pointer, which is very nice. So if you're looking at your photos, you can get a quick peek of them, which is very cool. Just hover right over it and you can see what's in the album. Or you can do that with pictures just to make them a little bit bigger so you can see them. This is a very cool feature, and I think a lot of people will like this. For some people, like more of a desktop experience, and I think this is what's kind of converging the desktop experience to the tablet experience to smartphones. So this is kind of cool how they're doing this. If you want to take little cutouts here, like of this picture, just hold that middle button down that's on the pen and just trace around it, and you will see that it pops up, and you can just copy this straight to the clipboard, so you can put this wherever you want to. But if you want to take it directly into an app, you can just kind of cut this out here and just hit whatever app that you want to down there, like S-Note, and it will open directly into the notes section. So go ahead and pick from the different variations of templates here, and it'll pop right up, and you can go ahead and write your note or do brainstorming or whatever that you would like for a project. And I think this is pretty neat as well. You can just have a collage of different ideas. And for creative types, once again, I think this will be a great smartphone. So what about media consumption on the Galaxy Note 2? With this new updated 5.5-inch Super AMOLED HD display, I think you're really going to love watching videos. For the color saturation and the color tones are still a little bit blown out. They're a little bit oversaturated, but not as bad. Definitely better viewing in the sun. A little bit brighter on this AMOLED technology, and I think you'll really like watching videos. And the big widescreen is definitely immersive. I think if you're watching a movie, it's very good, especially with the headphones in, and I really like watching videos on this beautiful 5.5-inch Super AMOLED display. It's almost like having a portable 1080p TV in front of you. It's that good. Now, the pen is awesome on video. You can see you can scrub right through, hovering over the pen. And of course, you can do this picture-in-picture multitasking with video as well. You can text message and watch videos, or do whatever you want and just exit out by hitting X. That is a great feature as well. So multitasking is fantastic on the Galaxy Note 2. So what about the camera? The camera is the exact same 8-megapixel shooter that you will see on the Galaxy S3. So if you're familiar with the S3, it takes very good pictures, very quick shutter, and you can see that it has many features on the settings. And since everybody's doing filters now, you can see that the filters are live on screen, which I like. So go ahead and pick whatever filter that you want before you take the picture, and you can snap away and do all the Instagram type features right on the settings on the camera. Also, pretty good manual control here, exposure, resolution, metering, all that. So you can go ahead and tinker around with that. So I think a lot of people will like it. Now, this is another cool feature. You can just hover your hand right over to see quick notifications there. It uses a proximity sensor up front. It doesn't eat up too much battery though, but I really like that feature. I think it's really cool. So let's just go ahead and talk about the call quality, for it's one of the most important things on a cell phone. And this phone does very well on call quality. Very loud speaker piece, clear, distinctive voices. I did not drop a single call. The reception is good, but I do have good AT&T coverage in my area with 4G LTE. But the back speaker or the speakerphone, I don't think you'll have a problem with whatsoever. It's pretty loud. It does get distorted at the highest volume setting, but if you just tack it down one, it sounds pretty good, and I don't think you'll be disappointed in the speakerphone on the Galaxy Note 2. Data speeds were very consistent on AT&T's 4G LTE network. I was getting about 20 to 25 megabits per second down and about 10 up. So the network performance is very good on the Galaxy Note 2. So the Galaxy Note 2 is a large device. You can see that the iPhone 5 there and the Nexus 4 is compared right next to it. And it is a big phone, but it's not too bad since they have thinned and slimmed down the profile from the Galaxy Note 1. And the good thing about it is the device is fairly thin, so it feels good in the hand, but you're definitely going to want to take a look at one of these things when you go to the store, because it might look a little ridiculous putting this to your face, especially if you're a small person. But it does fit in the pocket fairly well. If you're wearing really tight jeans, or if you're a female, then you might have a little bit of a problem, but most people won't have a problem with putting this in their pocket, but women will probably want to keep this in their purse. So what about gaming performance on the Galaxy Note 2? I don't think you'll really be disappointed at all. The Mali 400 graphics chip is the same chip you will find in the Galaxy S3, and the Galaxy S3 performed very well, and so does the Galaxy Note 2. But the screen that's larger will definitely make your games nicer. You can see right here that Temple Run Brave looks fantastic on this larger screen. I think it makes for a more immersive gaming experience, and even graphically intensive games like Nova 3, they really have no problem on the Galaxy Note 2. The speaker sounds really good. The longer build of the Galaxy Note 2 feels really good in the hand. especially in this orientation. I think it feels solid in the hand, and it's definitely a great gaming experience. And there are a few compatibility issues. I noticed that some of the games didn't work on here, but I'm sure they're going to be working on that. But the games on here look fantastic, and I'm just going to go ahead and let this play out so you can see that the frame rates are perfect on here. Very, very good gaming experience, guys, so I think you'll definitely enjoy playing these games on the Galaxy Note 2. Alright, so what about benchmarks? On Quadrant, it does pretty well. It does have that quad-core Exynos processor, but the Mali 400 graphics is a little bit dated, so on the Egypt HD off-screen test, the frames per second aren't as good as something like the iPhone 5 or the Droid DNA with its quad-core processor and the Adreno 320 graphics, but it'll definitely perform the way you want to, and I don't think in everyday use you'll have any problem with the performance. So what do I think about the Galaxy Note 2? I think it's one of the best phones out there on the market today. Now, if you want a really large screen, this is definitely the phone for you. The screen is very vibrant. I think that the pixels per inch isn't as high as some of the other screens out there, but I think it looks good, especially with this phone. You'll be holding it a little bit farther from the face, so I had no problems with the screen whatsoever. The camera performs well, the 1080p video is good, the web browsing is fantastic, the battery life is great as well. The only thing that's going to hinder people is probably the size of the phone and how comfortable they are with the phone. And the S Pen functionality is good, I just don't find myself using it that much. So what do you guys think about the Galaxy Note 2? Please subscribe to my channel, please give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and stay tuned for more coverage.